Hey guys, Dave here with a look at Assassin's Creed Origins running on Xbox One X. So after a 2-year absence, Assassin's Creed is back with a brand new installment that promises to push the series forward beyond the tried and tested gameplay of previous titles. Unveiled at Microsoft's E3 conference, what we're looking at here is a slice of gameplay taken from the game running on Xbox One X. The demo showcases some new gameplay mechanics, but more importantly, gives us a look at how third-party developers are taking advantage of the console's power to deliver a UHD experience. And on that front, I have to say that first impressions are rather positive, particularly with regards to image quality. The game appears crisp and clear and boasts a level of visual fidelity easily above that of 1440p titles on PS4 Pro. But that said, does the game actually deliver on Microsoft's full 4K promise? Is it native? Well, in terms of delivering true 4K pixel counts, then Assassin's Creed Origins falls short. Ubisoft are instead utilising checkerboard rendering in order to hit that UHD target. But at the same time, raw metrics don't tell the whole story, and I think the results here are rather quite excellent. Edges appear sharp and distinct just like they would at native 4K across most of the scene, and even up close, image quality can pass for a native presentation. It's only really when looking at texture details where slightly more softness is present over what you'd expect with native 4K. But generally I think that checkerboarding works rather well here, and as the game is checkerboarding up to 2160p, pixel counts actually resolve to full 4K, with just some minor artifacts around fast moving objects revealing that some reconstruction trickery is going on. Ubisoft also revealed that the game uses dynamic resolution scaling, where pixel counts are lowered in order to help maintain steady frame rates. This technique delivers very good results in other games, although in terms of Assassin's Creed Origins, it's too early to judge the implementation here, especially when dealing with compressed conference video feeds. It's not quite native, but techniques such as checkerboard rendering and dynamic resolution scaling certainly hold up from regular viewing distances, and provides a massive leap over a 1080p presentation on the full HD screen. It also shows how well certain 900p engines can scale up on Xbox One X. This is of course just one example, but it's a promising start that shows that native pixel counts aren't everything when providing great image quality on 4K screens. Assassin's Creed Origins also impresses in other areas. In particular, environment detailing and long draw distances really stand out here. Things such as houses, trees and other structures are visible for far into the distance, while pop-up caused by level of detail transitions appears far less aggressive than in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Texture quality is also looking rather good too, with elements such as cloth and brickwork featuring plenty of intricate detail. Of course, this being an open world game, some lower quality art is still present, but overall I get the impression that the presentation here is more like that of a high-end PC experience than console level visuals. The lighting model also appears improved over Assassin's Creed Syndicate 2. There are signs that global illumination is in play here, even if the effect is only simulated. A distinct glow can be found around walls and floors as the light bounces across these surfaces, and this infuses a little more atmosphere into the general presentation, particularly in these high contrast environments. Other cool touches include volumetric effects, which enhance the bloom from sunlight as it scatters across the sky, while soft light shafts beam down through market stalls and houses at ground level. It's a good fit for this Egyptian setting, where bright daytime sunlight allows the engine to showcase some nice effects and a solid level of dynamic range. That said, there are other areas of the game which didn't quite impress as much as I'd hoped. For example, the animations and gameplay mechanics on show don't appear drastically reworked to the extent many were hoping for. It just doesn't look like a huge leap forward over Assassin's Creed Unity and Syndicate. Rather than a complete overhaul, Origins looks like more of a refinement of the familiar template laid down in previous titles. Buildings can be scaled to incredible heights, animals used to scope out targets, and combat still features an emphasis on evading and countering attacks. New elements include being able to pick up spent arrows from downed targets, and I think combat flows a bit more freely than before, but these changes don't appear to rewrite the familiar rulebook. It's still worth noting that animations are improved over previous titles, so blending between key moves is better handled, and the main character interacts with the scenery more naturally, particularly when climbing and traversing across buildings and treetops. However, some actions still appear quite stiff, and you can see that there's a lack of flow of movement compared to the likes of Horizon Zero Dawn or say Uncharted 4. In that respect, for a title expected to provide a massive leap forward for the series in gameplay terms, first impressions are quite underwhelming. Though it's worth bearing in mind that this is an alpha build and just a small snippet of gameplay. There's plenty of time for Ubisoft to make changes here as development progresses. I suspect that Ubisoft will be revealing a lot more in the coming months. That said, the game still appears plenty polished in its current state, and performance is also looking good. While Microsoft's conference feed featured a regular stutter throughout, this wasn't present when we sampled the game on the show floor. John had a first-hand look at the game and told us it was running at a very stable 30 frames per second. And considering we're looking at an alpha build here, this is good news and shows that the game is currently well optimized for Xbox One X. Of course, we've only seen a small snippet of Assassin's Creed Origins so far, and it'd be interesting to see how the game holds up in broader terms. But for now, I think what's been shown is generally a positive step forward to third-party development on Xbox One X, especially in terms of targeting 4K visuals via 2160p checkerboard. It shows that even demanding 900p games can still get a worthwhile significant boost, one that provides a better experience than 1080p on a 1080p screen. And perhaps that's not so surprising with Ubisoft. After all, the company pioneered the checkerboarding technique with Rainbow Six Siege and has since refined it considerably. So clearly the technology is matured and the developers know how to get great results. Anyway, I think I'll leave it there for now. If you enjoyed our look at Assassin's Creed Origins, then don't forget to like or subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.